Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the virtual science class of 5, grade 5. Today is our 25th lecture about sound. In our book, Sound is Unit 18 on page 114. In this chapter, we will read about introduction of sound, vibrations of sound waves. Can sound be measured? Sounds need a medium to travel and echoes. We will discuss all these 5 topics in this chapter. All around us, we have a different world of sound which we hear. Some are loud and noisy, some are soft and pleasant. But do you know how the sound is produced and actually what the sound is, from where it comes, and how do we hear a sound? In this chapter, we will study all about these matters. Close your eyes and listen carefully. How many sounds can you hear? Some might be loud, others might be quiet. How you ever wondered how sounds are actually produced? Can the booming of an explosion, the soft clicking of your fingers, and the sound of drum beating all be made the same way? Surprisingly, the answer is yes. Look at this picture of the stone falling into the still body of water. The rings of waves expand outwards in circle. Here you see the example of sound. The vibration produces sound wave. Sound is produced when an object vibrates, creating a pressure wave. This pressure wave causes particles in the surrounding medium. Either the medium is air, water, or solid. To have vibrational motion, as the particles vibrate, they move nearby particles, this transmitting the sound further through the medium. Vibrations produce sound waves. Just like light and electricity, sound is also a form of energy. It is produced by vibrations and travels in waves. When an object hits the surface of water, the waves travel outward in a circle, as we discussed in the previous example. Sound waves too travel outward in circles, but we cannot see them. Irregular, repetitive sound waves create noise, while regular, repetitive waves produce musical notes. Sounds move through the air by pushing the air particles around its source. When an object vibrates, it moves air particles around it. These air particles bump into one another. They are squashed and then they expand as each one of them passes on its energy to the next one. The vibrations passing from the molecules to molecules are called sound waves. If your ear is within the range of the vibration, you can hear the sound. You see, there is an example of the vibration, the waves. Vibration is like a wave of water when we hit the water or throw a stone into it, and water produces waves. It means that sound is produced by vibration and travels in waves. Actually, anything when moves backward and forward, it produces waves. Just like beating a drum, disturbing a stretched rubber band. So sound is the form of energy which is reached to it by waves. If there are irregular repetitions, sound waves are produced by somebody. Sound creates noise, and opposite of it, regular repetitive sound waves produce pleasant or musical sound. You see here in the examples how vibration waves produce a sound. Can sound be measured? Because we measured mass, force, energy. Now we see that can we measure the sound? Sound energy travels in waves that we learn that sound is also the form of energy. Sound energy travels in waves and is measured in frequency and amplitude. The energy in a sound wave can be measured using decibels. The decibel meter shows the example of things that make noise and measurements in decibels. Amplitude measures how forceful the wave is. This is the picture of decibel, which we can measure the sound. Can we find out how many sounds waves strike against our ears? Sounds can be measured by counting the vibration made in a second. The number of vibrations per second is called the frequency. They measure the vibrations or frequency by using special units called hertz. As you have the unit of mass and unit of weight, same we have the unit of sound, and this is hertz. This unit tells us how many vibrations there are per second. Low sounds are produced when there are few vibrations per second, and definitely high sounds are produced when there are more vibrations per second. The frequency of sound waves is measured in hertz, or the number of waves that pass a fixed point in a second. Human beings can normally hear sounds with a frequency between about 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. Sound with frequencies below 20 Hz are called infrasound. You see in the table animals and their frequencies. Grasshopper 12,000 Hz, dog 32,000 Hz, bat 100,000 Hz, mouse 102,000 Hz, dolphin 120,000 Hz. When the vibrations are fast, you hear a high note, and when the vibrations are slow, it creates a low note. If you pluck the string of the guitar, it begins to vibrate. The vibration disturbs the air around the string and sound waves are produced. That's why we can hear the guitar string. If the string is plucked with force, a loud note is produced. If the string is plucked gently, a soft note is produced. Can you tell which of the sound waves shown below is showing high frequency and which one is showing the low frequency? Infrasound and ultrasound below 20 Hz, then between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz for the humans, and for the pet over 20,000 Hz, and this is very high or ultrasound. You see here clearly some pictures are given. These are the example of the infrasound and ultrasound. You see clearly over here the submarine, the air gun, the submarine, the tanker, and also the dolphins. Our next topic is sounds need medium to travel. Sound needs a material medium for their propagation, like solid, liquid, or gas. To travel because the molecules of solid, liquid, and gases carry sound waves from one point to another. Sound cannot progress through the vacuum because the vacuum has no molecules which can vibrate and carry the sound waves. Sound need a medium to travel through. In outer space, there is a complete silence. Sound cannot travel through outer space because it is a vacuum that contains nothing to carry sound. The air through which sound travels is called a medium. A medium can be anything: a liquid, such as water, a solid, such as a wall, or a gas, such as air. Sound travels fastest in solids, then in liquid, and most slowly in gases. Because in solid molecules are very close to each other, so they can vibrate very easily. And that's why sound can travel quickly through solids as compared to liquid. So sound travels the quickest in the solids and the slowest in the gas, because gas is having molecules which are far away. This is the reason that we can that astronauts can hear the sound in space. You see on your screen, sound cannot travel through the vacuum. Here you see that this is an example of gas because the molecules are far away from each other. And we have the last topic of the chapter, echoes. An echo is a sound that is repeated because the sound waves are reflected back. Sound waves can bounce off smooth, hard objects in the same way as a rubber ball bounces off the ground. Although the direction of the sound changes, the echo sound the same as the original sound, but sounds are not always reflected. Echoes. A sound made in a large empty room produces an echo. An echo is produced when sound waves bounce off surfaces. When there are many objects in the room, or there are lots of soft material like cloths, cushions, etc., the sound waves are absorbed and do not bounce back. A bat uses echoes to tell where it is going. It makes high-pitched squeaking sounds. These sounds bounce off objects and back to the bat's ears. Dolphins also use sound waves to find their way in the sea. Ships have special equipment on board to send out sound waves to show their location, especially in foggy weather. Environment watch. In large cities, there is always going on. Loud noises can cause damage to our ears. Too much noise is called noise pollution. To cut down the volume of noise, we use silencers on cars and other vehicles. Buildings are built in special way to keep noise out. You see here the example of the echo. When the sound are produced in the vast area which is empty, it produced echo. Means the sound returns back to our ear. We can do this interesting activity in an empty room or in a valley. You see also in the example is the reflection of a nearby wall. The sound will back early. If the reflection of the distance is too far, then it bounce back and take a time. Okay, students, now before doing the exercise, let us take a quick review of the chapter. Sound is actually produced when something produces vibration. So, have you any idea about the vibration? Vibration is like a wave of water. When we hit the water or throw a stone into it, and water produces wave. So sound is produced by vibration and travels in waves. Actually, anything when moves backward or forward, it produces wave just like beating of drum, disturbing or stretching a rubber band. So sound is the form of energy which is reached to us by waves. If there are irregular, repetitive sound waves are produced by somebody, sound creates noise. And opposite of it, regular repetitive sound waves produce pleasant or musical sound. We also learn that sound need a medium to travel. The medium either a air or a liquid or solid. In air, when we speak, the particles of air are pushed by our sound, and air particles move and disturb or move other particles of air nearby. Hence, the energy of sound travels particles to particles and reaches to our ears. In our ear, cochlea is present deep inside, which is actually the hairy organ. In cochlea, small hair are present which vibrate and we can hear the sound. The sound, this is called the amplification of sound means to increase the sound. You see the table over here. Sound can be measured in frequency and frequency means vibration. Vibration per second of its unit and the unit of its sound is hertz. So high sound means more vibration per second and low sound means few vibration per second. Normally a human can hear sound from 20 to 20,000 hertz more or less frequency from the limit. You see in the table there are some different animals' frequencies: the bat, grasshopper, dog, mouse, and dolphin. We also learn about the echoes. When the sound are produced in the vast area which is empty, it produces echo. It means the sound returns back to our ear. We can do this as an interesting activity in an empty room or in a valley. And you also, I think that you already done this activity by yourself. Some animals use sound waves as signal to call their partners like dolphin. Loud sound can damage ears. When we go to noisy place, we must protect ear by ear. Come to the exercise. The first is column A and B. Repeated motion of an object is vibration. The unit of measuring frequency, hertz. The bouncing back of a sound wave from one surface to another, echo. Vibration passing from molecule to molecule, sound waves. Fill in the blanks. Number one, sound waves cannot travel in a vacuum. The number of vibrations per second is called frequency. The number of vibrations is measured in unit times called hertz. A recurring disturbance or movement that transfers energy through matter is called a wave. Number 5. Most humans can hear sounds ranging between 20 Hz and 16,000 Hz, or we learn 20,000 Hz. Number 6. Sound needs a medium to travel through. Number 7. Sound travels fastest through a solid medium. Number 8. Sound travels most slowly through a gaseous medium. Number 9. Bats are a property of sound called echo to tell where they are going. Number 10. A mouse can hear a sound up to 102,000 Hz. Choose the correct option. More vibrations per second produce noise, high sound, silence. B option is the correct one, high sounds. Number 2, which of the following frequencies cannot be heard by the human ear? 5 Hz, 10,000 Hz, or 500 Hz? 5 Hz. A option is the correct one. Number 3, if an object vibrates 500 times in a second, its frequency will be 50 Hz, 500 Hz, or 5000 Hz. The correct option is B, 500 Hz. Number 4, an echo is produced when there are many people in a room. Sound wave bounce off a surface. There are many soft objects in a room. The correct option is sound waves bounce off a surface. The fifth is the frequency of a sound wave is a number of vibration per second, speed of the wave, source of the wave. The correct option is A, number of vibration per second. The last one, the jumble words are given unscrambled word and you will write in the words. The first one is vibration, wave, hertz, frequency, echo, sound, and energy. And question answer, all the questions and the answers you can see on the screen. Again, I'm telling you that you will note down these on your neat copies. No need to send me because I already gave you the note. So you only note down on your copy for the record. Okay, students, Allah Hafiz.